Here today to meet the woman of my dreams. I've been talking to this girl on the internet for a while. I've actually been trying to save some money to go see this woman.
Did you know that in terms of male, human, and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans?
But I have a secret to tell him.
You have a secret to tell him?
Yes.
And your secret is?
I'm a man, Jerry.
Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3 feet and 3 inches tall and 63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks.
I wanted to ask, maybe, you could be my girlfriend. You could be my girlfriend. You could be my girlfriend.
And with their impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one. You can be rough with one.
Well, Brad, I have to tell you, I'm a man.
Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet, so wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore.
I'll try anything once.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson.
This.
We'll talk about ZZ. We'll talk about how you got fucked up and you almost puked on the way home. We'll talk about how you you wanted to fight me at one point, and then we started kissing to de-escalate the aggression.
Dude, if you and I ever fought, just know that I would mess you up.
No way, dude.
Dude, I would fuck you up.
Dude, we're friends, so I know I can lay a hurt into you. Like I don't got to hold back. We're already, we're close as fucking dog whistle. I don't know if that's a good saying, but we're close as Batman and Robin, right? And
dude, I would ruin you.
No,
you would
bro.
Not. Yes.
I wouldn't have to hold back on you. I'd be like,
I would lay the hurt on you.
Don't feel bad, Phil. Fuck him up. And honestly, I wouldn't even hurt you. I would just lay on top of you and be like, "What now?" That's the ultimate maneuver.
Oh, dude, I would truly mess you up.
Oh, bro, wrestling, bro. You're over, bro.
You don't realize how strong I am. That's the thing.
No, I know how strong you are.
I would genuinely ruin you.
Your name was on the board at the Anytime Fitness in Lake Geneva. I would
ruin you.
I know exactly how strong you are.
I would put a hurt on you.
I saw that. I was like, I can get there.
But you haven't.
Hey, I got my name on the list too for high school. Let's go, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We started off really hostile.
Oh, this is perfect. I like. It's just you and me. This is the recipe for.
This is the real podcast. Now that Juan left us.
Oh yeah, and it's tough because the reason why Leo's isn't here, his ass had to go bail out Juan.
Why?
Out in Costa Rica. Where is he? In Guadalajara.
In Mexico.
GTO. Oh, are we talking off camera or are we in character?
No, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, I'm just making up I'm just lying for the camera.
Oh.
Yeah. No, Leo's being gay with his family.
Oh no.
How dare someone have outside social and family responsibilities? How dare you?
Juan and I would get mad when we had to reschedule but you take it so personal.
Yeah, I don't think if we look at the employee of the month of who's been here the most, I would say I think I've only missed 2 of them.
Since you've gone full time, then yeah, I think you've been on them the most. I feel like I have missed a lot.
You know what? In the beginning, yeah, but Juan caught up really quick.
When I first moved, it was bad.
Oh yeah, engaged Juan was alright, but married Juan is bros.
Dude,
I gotta save my marriage. I'll be right back. All right, dude.
I know, man.
Whatever you gotta do.
Right.
Hey, that's gonna be you in a couple of months or maybe a year.
Nah, dude. I got my priorities straight.
You're gonna be like, fuck, man. Even though we're pretty much, together. We see each other every day. I gotta see. That's the thing that I never got in my head. I was we already see each other every day. What more do we want?
Okay.
But then
let me explain it to you.
No, I get it. I know where they're coming from. They want to see. I know where they're coming from. I get it. They want to feel special, intimate, and all that stuff. But like, what if we did that with the bros as well?
What if me and the bros got together? Are you recording yet?
Yeah, everything's recorded.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It is a weird thing to like navigate because you do kind of. I don't know if it's just like specifically men nowadays or like specifically us as like who we are, but I could disappear for like a week in nonsense. Like just play video games, work out, eat, take a shit, shower, repeat. Like I can truly just, and it's not even because I'm like I feel like I'm like not a good guy, but I feel like all the things that give me dopamine involve just like a lot of time. So sometimes, you know, there are definitely times that I feel like, man, I really dropped the ball this week. I wasn't like the best partner I could have been.
Oh yeah.
We're all human, soccer,
right? We're all human, right? So it's like it's very difficult to like you get in that zone of like, you know, you're in your flow state per se. You're playing video games, you're doing work, you get off, you go to the gym.
Yeah, what a good flow. Wow, man. Yeah, really.
And then, like you said, as you get older.
Just like Kobe.
Kobe? Yeah, that motherfucker took his game off the field and in the field. Or off the court? I guess the court's more.
Off the court, yeah. Dude, yeah.
I'm not a big basketball guy.
Hassan Minaj?
The guy behind 9/11? Who was that?
No, what the fuck is wrong with you, you racist? No, Hassan Minaj, the King's Jester, previously worked on The Daily Show, now has his own different specials and other things he's working on. The American Patriot on Netflix. He's very prominent, but he was on the JJ Redick podcast talking about how.
Wait, the girl that wrote the Harry Potter books?
What?
JJ. What?
Can you just let me talk for 2 seconds? JJ Redick was he's a retired NBA player, but he played previously for the Orlando Magic, for the LA Clippers that included a team of Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and also DeAndre Jordan. So very prominent basketball player. And he had on Hassan Minaj, and Minaj said, you know, people would talk about that Kobe mindset of like how hard he worked and like they really admire it.
But what about the Hassan Piker mindset? No one talks about the Hassan Minaj mindset. The grind.
But like he mentioned to Kobe how he, in his book, talked about how there was family members that he didn't speak to. Like he was, like that's how much basketball meant to him. So. Like, which one do you want? Do you want to, like, sacrifice everything for the championships? Or are you willing to, like, take back a little bit? Granted, playing video games is not in comparison. But you just get into a zone where you're just doing your own thing and you're like, oh, fuck.
Let me tell you something right now, brother. I'm living experience and that's a lie. That's a fallacy.
What do you mean?
Because, like, you know, if you want something, you got to dedicate to it. You got to make sacrifices and all that stuff. If that was the case, I'd be, you know, Mr. and Mr. Corral. I'd be happily living off in some compound with my beautiful trans partner. So that's a complete lie, and I'll tell you that right now.
I disagree. And speaking of,
do
you know what just happened in the last 5 seconds?
A new straight baby was born. What? I don't know.
You just brought up your ex one more time, which means another $10 gets added to the fund. Which means it's officially $100.
And it's only you and me.
Dude, you and me getting sushi?
Juan and Leo weren't here for that magical moment, so I guess you're going to have to miss out.
Yeah, I guess we should probably introduce the podcast instead of just...
talking about my...
No, you know, we'll introduce it after the fact. Otherwise, this is all going to be a whole load of nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of nonsense,
I mean, it's a whole lot of
welcome to another exciting episode of VYV, brought to you by Bro Taste This. It is I, your host, Phil Golden Corral. And we are running a tight schedule. What better person? My right-hand man, my the brain to the operation. It is the tech daddy himself, Luis Pablo. Wow.
Here we are today with another fantastic episode. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Recommend this to all your hetero and non-hetero friends. We are allies of every community.
Bam.
Just wanted to say that right off the top.
Yep. Every community, no matter what age, youth, elderly, fucking dead. We'll take everybody at this point.
Yeah, you have a family member that passed away. Why don't you play this podcast and then put the earbuds directly at the soil where they're buried? And who knows, man? Maybe magical things might happen. You never know.
It's like the tear from Pokemon, like the first Pokemon movie. Our magical, quick wits and anecdotes of being gay. It's gonna revive the past.
I just saw that movie in the last 6 months.
Oh, the Pokemon 2000 movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is a baller movie, isn't it?
Dude, it's a good movie.
It was one of the first theatrical releases of a cartoon animated movie too. So
it was that and Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh yeah, that rode the waves too. Which another baller movie.
Also a great movie.
Oh yeah.
Which Pokemon do you think would taste the best? I've thought about this a lot.
It's tough because ideally you want something high protein. So Machamp.
Machamp? Dude, but he's too muscular.
What?
He's way too muscular.
Isn't that healthier? Don't you want your beef to be lean?
No, dude. That's why no one really eats deer. Because they're so muscular. And Machamp looks too human. I don't know if I'd be okay with that.
You want something more animalistic so you don't feel too bad about it.
Dude, Magikarp is just a straight fish.
Yeah, but it's got to be one of those gutter fishes. It's a complete useless animal. In the Pokemon game.
Most people don't eat goldfish.
Yeah. Is it a goldfish or is it a bottom feeder fish?
It looks like a goldfish, right?
Or it could be a carp.
That is true.
It's probably just a carp.
I did pull up a list by thegamer.com. And they did have Machamp as one of the ones saying that Machamp is one of the closest things to cannibalism. Quaxley would it's duck, so it'd just be delicious duck. But Charizard would taste disgusting. Who would be eating a Charizard?
No. Yeah, that's a different side of the world, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's those people over there eating a Charizard.
Oh, do not say that. Do not say that, dude. That is very racist.
That's Leaf City over there.
That is horrible. But Miltank, it literally looks like a cow. That would taste good, right?
Mm-hmm. Nicki Minaj.
I think so. Have we talked about this already? I feel like we're retreading.
No, I think honestly the last thing we talked about Pokemon is which Pokemon we would rather take home to our moms, and I think Meowscarada took the cake.
Oh, dude, for sure. I completely agree with you there.
Now, eating them is something different we didn't talk about.
Miltank is literally a cow, and Quaxley is literally a duck.
Well, you already know my sentiment of being milked, so.
Dude, Squirtle, you know what I mean? It's all fattening, and it's like turtle, and it's would it taste good? Probably. Bulbasaur?
Dude, if you keep talking this way, I'm going to have a bulge in my sore. Folks,
are you already drunk? I don't understand.
That's I mean, there's a lot of sexual innuendos in Pokemon. Squirtle? Come on.
Do you think that maybe they just Google translated water and they're like, oh, it's like squirt. We'll just turtle, squirt, Squirtle.
Blastoids?
I don't think they were.
You don't think they were coming up with something with I don't. Yeah, what if we named this fucking Pokemon Blastoids? Fucking, and then
he got two rocket blasters on his shoulders.
Yeah, to blast his fucking batch onto people. This is taken to a very nasty turn.
Dude, I was trying to get into Pokemon Go again because I played a lot last year and the year before. And dude, I was playing every day. I was into Pokemon Go.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah.
The I don't know if it's a CEO or they got initial capital backing, but the dude that was the former NSA agent that leaked the WikiLeaks around that time period stepped down and all this stuff because Julian Assange is like the scapegoat of the whole thing, right? But there was also people working within the agency that like, oh, you let this fuck up underneath your radar, so they either got let go, they got moved to a different department or whatever. But this guy, the creator of Pokemon Go, made a tracking device for your phones, which was originally the first the main flagship of Pokemon Go. It wasn't sold as Pokemon Go. It was like, oh yeah, here's this new app that like you can track your people here and there, and it's more convenient and all this stuff. And it was like a third party, hosting some kind of bullshit like that. Because Pokemon Go came out during the presidential election of 2016.
I'm so confused.
No, all this is true. This is pretty interesting stuff. 2016, right? Pokemon Go came out.
Well, if only we had a device that told us all the information we ever wanted.
I'm nowhere near any of my devices. Fucking, I gave it all to Juan.
Go.
Juan is in Mexico recording a fire podcast with his family. All 48 of them. God bless.
Yeah, 2016. You're right. July 6, 2016.
Yeah, and that happened because during it got released around that time. Says in time for the presidential elections and all this bullshit. It sounds like some kind of stupid conspiracy, but there is some backing to it.
It does sound like a pretty stupid conspiracy theory.
But it's cool that like they've used the disguise of like tracking you at all times now as selling it as Pokemon Go. Like, by the way, you like Pokemon? Fuck your privacy. Have you noticed this, Luis? Like, if I say something, like right now, you and I are talking about the 2016 election. If I go on YouTube and I start typing 2016, it's going to pop up, bam. Have you noticed that?
Let's find out. Dude, that's like a known fact. Like, you start talking about Toyota Tundras, and then the next commercial you see on YouTube is for a Toyota Tundra. 2016, Bad Bunny. Libertarian debate driver's license. Full movie. XXL freshman cipher.
Ooh, no, okay, no, XXL?
To be fair, XXL. The 2016 cipher is quite literally the best ever. That's the one with Kodak Black, Denzel Curry, Lil Uzi Vert, 21 Savage.
Bro, take me back, dude.
And then it went on to be like the most recognizable. How many views did that have? Control.
Oh, if I had to guess, 268 million views.
Control backspace.
Control.
The XXL freestyle?
Yep.
Hell no, dude. It's got way more than that.
Oh, hell no.
212. You weren't that far off.
Oh, nice.
So today it is just the two of us because Juan is in Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Leo is busy.
Leo is currently boarding an airplane to go bail Juan out from GTO. Much like
Juan looks like he's having fun out there.
Oh yeah, not as much fun as you and I had over the weekend, and we're gonna get into
we had a lot of fun.
We're gonna
in
get
about
into
2
that
hours.
very soon. Oh yes, very.
That was just such a wild night. It was, dude. It was like a movie, bro. My life's a movie. We want to hope Juan is having fun with his wife and his god kid out there.
Yeah, hopefully he makes it back safe. I heard that he was at a hotel, one of those fancy hotels, and he took down the flag of GTO, the city flag or whatever, and they're holding him as a POW. Much like what they did to the Nicholas guy. Remember him? Nicholas Ostershire, that kid that went to North Korea on a college trip. He came back all fucked up.
No idea what you're talking about.
Leo, can you pull it up, Leo? Oh wait, he's not here.
Nicholas what?
I was just typing North Korean college student, and his name.
You know what? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because Juan's gonna come back safely, unlike Nicholas Ostershire, whatever his name was.
Who got fucked up by the North Korean government. Mm-hmm. It's what you get. It's what you get.
Yeah, and we got fucked up over by the ZZ government.
Yeah, we went to go see ZZ. You had gone to see them 3 times over the weekend, which is like too many. And you went to go see him on 420. They had a regular show, then they had an after show at a different venue. Mm-hmm. So I originally wanted to go to the show itself, but then they sold out like immediately.
Oh yeah, like
And then
that, like within like that weekend, fucking gone. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
yeah, that's a pretty big artist. There are two dudes who are DJs, and like in the EDM world, like they're pretty well known for like their style, and also like they have a couple of big hits. But
Oh yeah.
no, they're sweet, man. Like it was a really good time watching them. But
I had a better,
yeah, you
I had an even better time hanging out with you, if anything.
so tell me about your Thursday experience, because you drove up to Madison.
Oh yeah.
And-
Thursday was pretty good. Like you said, crowded with a bunch of people, and
Bunch of stoners. 420, obviously.
I mentioned before that I've been doing more makeup regalia, getting more into my emo side, right? And I think I'm gonna retire that now. I think I'm not gonna do that anymore. I got a lot of like glances on me, which I think it's because like, wow, this guy's like really brave. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty brave. And then I went to the bathroom, and I got called babe twice, in 2 different occasions throughout the night. So I was like,
And you were also wearing a full suit on Thursday, right?
yep. Oh yeah. Different tie,
And
different suit.
You were at which is predominantly like college town, like a bunch of kids like in and around their like 20s,
Oh yeah.
all stoned out of their minds, and they're in like rave outfit, which is like already like so bizarre, because if you see anybody wearing like raving and like festival attire, you're like, oh yeah, I forget that that's what it looks like. Like I forget that dudes are wearing like headscarves and like baseball jerseys. It just
Mesh tank tops, fishnets.
yeah, exactly.
Dudes
It's
and
like
girls.
yeah, like when you're in and around like raves and concerts, you get used to it. But like I haven't gone to a concert in like a year, and I'm like, oh. I forgot that's what people wore. And you're in a full suit. Like you're a big guy, so you stand out obviously because you're fat, disgusting animal.
Yeah, you
But
fucking
then-
slob of the earth. Vermin.
I'm
Vermin.
kidding. But then you wear full makeup and you're in a full
On top of
suit.
that, yeah. It's too powerful. Too powerful. I was like, no longer can I, harness his power. I got a couple compliments on the suit, right? Not too many on my makeup, but on the suit, I was telling them like this is a common thing I do, and I was going with my festival friends, right? They're like, yeah, dude, he was at the forest when we first went, full suit for the 3 days. I was like, yeah, I looked like I was a waiter. Like literally, I had a white shirt, black tie, and like a black suit jacket and all this bullshit. But and it's just my sense of style. And the one thing that I was thinking about just the other day, now that you're mentioning like these rave and festivals, one thing that I think is an underappreciated art is the signs. I don't see that very much nowadays, because when I started, I was in the rave scene like 2014, 2015. Nothing but like signs of like Bob Ross and like John Cena and like shit like that, right? And I feel like as the years got older, people were more like conscious, like, oh wait, I'm blocking the person's view behind me if I bring this to the show, right? And I think not that we're getting older and we're a bit more stable in our lives, it's just natural that we're gonna go back to the music scene, right? You know what I mean? And
I always like going to live music because it's just, especially like DJs and like EDM music. It's just fun to go to, and it's like whoa, 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 whoa,
and
you go out there and you kind of
the community too, with the whoa, 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 whoa. Everyone's like, oh, what? Whoop, whoop. I was like, I like this. Whoop, whoop.
ooh, this is nice. What are we doing here?
You're
Yeah,
sweating.
it's always like,
For
the most part, people are like really friendly at these kind of shows because they're so fucked up, and like it's just kind of the vibe of the community, like all loving crystals. It's giving purity, and so you get a lot of that. But then you also get a couple of dickheads who are like, just mollied out and coked out and like pushing you out of the way, and you're like, yeah, well,
They're stripping down. They're like, get the fuck away from me, bro. Don't touch me.
There was some dude like full on like laying down behind you at the show we went to, which we'll talk about in a second because there's kind of a funny story that came out of it. But yeah, they were like before the show started, somebody was just like laying down behind you.
Yeah. So about that, because we moved around and all this stuff, trying to get the best like view. We were at the Majestic in Madison. If you've ever been there, definitely go out, check any of the artists you want to see or discover new artists. It's such a great venue. I cannot sell that venue anymore. It's intimate. It's small.
It's really nice. It's so small.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love intimacy, as you can tell already. No, yeah, there was this dude just like clearly having a bad trip, right? And
yes,
clearly fucked up.
That explains it well.
And like I'm a bigger guy, right? So like I'm trying to be conscious of like if I bump into somebody with my shoulder or my elbow, now I know to like put that arm down and to dance on my other side of my body, right? But like I just get backing into this guy with his toes. I'm like, what the fuck? After like the third time, I had to look around to see like where is this dude? He was like in fetal position right behind me with his back against like the railing. I was like, all right, my bad, dude. And he was dancing. He was like not dancing. He was there for like the first two openers, right? Or was it only one opener? It was only one opener, right? They only went for like an hour or so, maybe 45 minutes minimum. And the dude left when like the Zed was coming up. And I said, he finally, stood back up and I said, welcome back to the party, my man. And then the two other people around them were like, oh, because like he was literally there for like 45 minutes. We're all like looking around. Because like,
for a while.
There was this one dude that snuck in. He was trying to buy tickets outside.
Oh yeah, when we were getting in line, there was some random like college kid in like a pink Zed's Dad like limited edition Valentine's Day sweatshirt. And he's like, "Oh, anybody selling extra tickets? I'm scalping." And we're like, "Ooh, nah." And then we see him again like inside, and we're like, "How the hell did you get in? Who'd you buy a ticket from?" He's like, "Oh, I snuck in. Don't tell anyone." Yeah. I was like, "Get him!"
That's more dancing room right there. This guy's taking it up. I paid money to dance here. This guy didn't pay money at all.
No, dude, we had a good time. You came up around the show. Doors didn't open till like midnight, so you ended up coming up like around 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And I got worried about you too because I called you like around 7. Oh, and dude, you're like, I'm on my way.
You called me at like 6:48. Like I was already like, you know what? If he said be there at 8, I just want to start like get myself moving and get going.
Right, and so then I call you and you're like, yeah, I'm on my way. I should be there in like an hour at most.
You were like surprised, like, oh really? I was like, yeah, sure, that works. I was like, oh wait, what? Am I coming up too soon?
Well, then we said to you like, all right, it's fine. Like we were gonna get food, but we'll just wait for you to get here because you're like, I'm on my way. And based on what you told me, it sounded like you were like 45 to 30 minutes away at most. Oh, yeah. We're only 45 minutes away from each other. Like it's really not that far.
Well, with construction, it's like 50, 55.
It's
who's counting? Who's counting?
So then it's like you said, 6:48, and it's now 7:30, and I'm like, all right, you'll probably be. I like put my shoes on. I'm like, you'll probably be here soon, and then it's like 7:30. I'm like, no, I already said 7:30. It's like almost 8 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, like, did something happen? Was he like, did he pull over or something? And it's like 8 almost, like past 8:15. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call this guy again. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm like at the
world's largest Culver's.
I'm like, dude, that's like 20 minutes away. In 2 hours, you only drove 20 minutes.
Do you remember what I said to you?
You're like, I drive slow or something? I don't.
I like to smoke weed and drive slow.
You must have been driving like 30 miles per hour because I could not believe how small of a distance you had traveled in how long of time.
Like honestly, when I'm with like somebody in the car, I'm going like 70, the bare minimum. But if it's just me, I'm going 65. I'm going 60.
You're going under the speed limit?
I'm listening to music. I'm blasted. I'm fucking higher than a kite. I'm like, damn, take me back to fucking 2010. Fucking some Daft Punk. Random access memories.
So then I'm like, all right, fair. Do what you want. Get here safely. But we told you that we were gonna wait for you to get food. So what the fuck? So yeah, we ended up going to get fucking McDonald's down the street because we're like, all right, well, let's just get something quick, and because we're starving, we figured you'd be here by now. And yeah, we just had like, a couple shitty burgers and some McChicken,
and then I popped up with my little Walmart vegetable green salad. I was like, we're gonna get fucked up tonight.
Yeah, and to be fair, we did drink a lot in the span of like 2 hours. One of my fiance's friends was there, so she was like hanging out. And
what a good hang, by the way. I kind of forgot, like, people think that like I'm like Republican as hell and all this stuff, but I was like, all right, I think I see why people say that now. As I got to hang around, I was like, did I make these comments really?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, dude, and I get this. I think I said on last podcast too. Like when you have a conversation with someone who doesn't know you that well and like only has talked to you a few times, and you start like speaking, especially you and I, because we number one, we know each other so well, but number two, we also talk like crazy.
Oh yeah, we code switch.
Just say, what's that?
We code switch.
Yeah,
is that what that is? Right?
No. Code switch?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
It's like
is it like when twins are like telepathically connected, so they like finish each other's sandwiches?
No, they finish each other off.
So?
No.
Oh my god.
No, code switching is like what Aquafina does, right? Like how she's like a Asian American, but she like speaks like she's from like a deep part of Brooklyn. Yo, that's code switching, I guess.
And you think you and I do that?
Yeah.
I disagree. I don't think we're anything like Aquafina.
I think when it's just you and I, we're normal. But when we're out in public, we amp up our like, are these guys racist? It's like, no. Like, no. It's a bit.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. I can see that point. Yes. Like, are you guys slightly racist?
It's a bit. See, like they don't get we're code switching. Like, no, we're just out and about.
We're having a laugh.
Yeah, we're having fun.
We're having a laugh
at the expense of our people.
But yeah, no, she hung out, and then you had the brilliant idea like an hour before we go at 11 o'clock. We were like, a couple drinks in, listening to music, and just kind of like, all right, like it's an hour, like we should probably start getting our stuff ready. And you had a tremendously good thought, and you're like, doesn't pizza sound good right now? And we're like, not really. And you're like, but doesn't pizza sound good for after the show? And we're like, that actually does. So you called our friendly neighborhood Domino's by the way, an hour before the show. We're driving at midnight. We have an hour. And you're like, we're going to definitely get the pizza. And there's no way.
And this is a Domino's that's literally right across the street. If we wanted to, we could
5 minutes away.
We could have just hop, jumped, and skipped our way over there.
It would have been faster for us to just get out, walk over, grab the pizza, and come back in. But yeah, you call and you place the order. 2 pizzas and like some fucking bullshit breadsticks, right?
Yeah,
I think that's what you got. Yeah. So then 20 minutes go by, nothing. 30 minutes go by, nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck is Phil driving these pizzas up here? Like, what's going on?
Is this guy fucking at the world's largest Culver's right now?
Yeah. And then sure enough, it's like 15 minutes beforehand, we're like, dude, we got to go soon. Like, you got to give up on the pizzas. And you're like calling Domino's and you start calling the driver.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys were ready to like fuck the pizza. Like, oh, wait a minute now. I don't know. I'm not ready to give up this fight yet.
And like,
you guys are being really persuasive. You're like, you know what, dude? Just call your bank. Be like, Domino's fucked me. I never got my pizza. I was like, you want me to call the bank for Domino's? You want me to settle a $40 dispute?
Yeah, both the girls work in banking, and so they were like, they're not gonna ask. Like, if you say I ordered Domino's, they never brought it to me. Like, chances are they're gonna give you the money back in like 2 to 3 business days. And you're like, it's not about that. It's about getting the pizza.
It's a principle thing. I was waiting for Nathan. Yeah, that was the pizza driver's guy name.
Nathan, bro.
I kept refreshing the app and said, Nathan's prepping your meal. Nathan's quality checking. It was stuck on quality check for a good hour. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
They must have burned the pizzas.
And like, honestly, it was like an Indiana Jones moment because we were, you know, like, fuck it, Phil. Let's leave. Let's get out of here. We're gonna be late. I was like, all right. And it's right at the time of the show. Doors are opening at midnight.
It's at midnight. It's literally midnight o'clock.
And we're in the parking lot. I'm like looking around, like, what if he's in the lobby? He's like,
and sure enough, yeah, we go outside and you're like looking around, and I'm like, all right, well, while we wait for the car to warm up a little bit, because it is midnight, so the car is fucking cold, and we'll warm up the car. We'll let the girls, you know, touch up, and then we'll leave. And you're in the car. You're still persistent. You're on the phone, and sure enough, man, you get a call back
from Nathan himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in the parking lot. It's like, oh, well, this is like a complex, so we're playing, you know, Marco Polo with this guy in the parking lot at midnight, trying to get some hot pizzas in the kitchen. But
and sure enough, man, he was like across the parking lot, and he's like, drove up, got you the pizza, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna put these inside. I'm like, no, like just give them to you. No, I'm gonna put them inside. And I'm like, why? And you're like, because I'm gonna have a slice.
Yeah. I waited. You wait.
I was like, just give it to the girls to put away. And you're like, no. I'm gonna have a slice.
This is too delicate.
And dude, sure enough, the show was great, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Had a good time.
What do you think of the pizza? Because I didn't think I made a good selection with the pizza choices.
Dude, I was about to say something about the so.
I came back and nobody was touching
it. We come back and then it's like, oh fuck yeah, there's gonna be pizza, and the two choices of toppings for two different pizzas. Do you want to repeat what they were?
For one pizza, it was chicken and
banana
peppers. Yeah.
And for the other one,
fucking Italian sausage and green peppers.
So on two different pizzas, you had a protein and a pepper.
Yep.
Like what? Especially like chicken and banana peppers.
That's gold. Are you kidding me? Chicken and banana peppers?
On a pizza though, like chicken and banana peppers on like a sandwich sound good, or just on a pizza, dude. Like just chicken and banana peppers. Honestly, no like mushroom.
It looks like
olives.
You're thinking about it, and you're like, you know what, chicken. Damn, that sounds good in a sandwich. Why doesn't it sound good on a pizza?
On a pizza, just because of the cheese and the red sauce. Like it's just too many different things like going.
Yeah, the red sauce did kind of ruin it. If you put barbecue sauce or buffalo sauce on it, oh, now we're talking.
Now we're cooking. Now we're talking. Oh, so then we get back and we're like, what the fuck kind of pizza choices are these? Italian sausage. So I think I was there pretty like drunk at the end of the night. So I'm like, I'll probably just have one slice so I'm not like completely on an empty stomach. And especially with the two pizza options, like I'm not fucking eating this. What the fuck?
Dude, Adrian, your fiance, A-Rod's friend, way too courteous. Because like I would have said no to either of those pizzas, but she ate one of them. I was like, oh, that's a good sport.
Yeah, she also ate it like a little mouse. Like, did you notice that? Yeah. She was like
trying to get her
so
around.
I don't know Yeah, I don't know if she was like slightly drunk or something, but it was just funny. Like, just seeing her like
nibble.
Because Adriana was like, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm out for the night. And then you and I are just like in the living room, like talking about whatever we were talking about at that time of the day.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, those are the best conversations, especially like the TV's off, you're in the dark, you're like, you still awake?
The ones you don't remember?
Yeah, I'm still up. You?
No, it was a fun time. And then we forgot to mention, but when you came over, we were like for the 7 o'clock, whatever time you ended up getting here, 9 o'clock. You're like, what are you watching? And I had Power Rangers on the TV, the new Netflix movie that they just put out. Mm-hmm. And you could not grasp what like timeline it was or what like series. You're like, so are these like the original? And I'm like, yeah, this is like the original cast. And you're like, okay, but like who's that? And I'm like, okay, well, that dude, the original Red Ranger, died. Like he like did some bad stuff. Like trying to explain all this to you while like my childhood is on TV. It was like, what the fuck was going on?
It's literally like, I know where you're coming from. It's like when I show my friends wrestling, when I force them to watch wrestling because they're just hanging out and I take over the TV. I'm like, so this is Johnny Knoxville, right, from Jackass? And he's fighting Sami Zayn. But Sami Zayn's a bad guy right now.
He's the heel.
Yeah, what's a heel? Okay, so heel is this, right? But no, I was literally so blown away with the whole, Power Rangers thing, because there's like, you and I went over the different like timelines of Power Rangers. Dude, what about the dinosaur Power Rangers? Where are they? What about the firefighter Power Rangers? Where are they? Dude, what about the ninja ones? Where are they? And then one by one, they all started showing up, but like, they're like, one of the firefighter Power Rangers is fat as fuck. He was like, I'm here.
Oh yeah, Space Patrol.
Hey, Johnny.
Dude.
Thank you for that tech you gave us.
Yeah, dude, the dialogue was so cringy.
You could tell AI wrote it. I was like, all right.
Yeah, dude, it was really bad. It was really bad. Dude, there's been a Power Ranger season every year since 1993. I'm gonna read some of them to you. You ready?
Ready.
So Mighty Morphin, obviously.
Classic.
That was the very first one.
Top one.
Then Power Rangers Zeo, Turbo, In Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force. I think SPD was the first time they had a black cast member as the Red Ranger. So I have a lot of good heartfelt feeling for SPD.
Honestly,
Mystic
I
Force.
was just going to say that's the one I stopped watching. Right after SPD, I was like, you know what? I think I've had enough of Power Rangers.
Dude, of course, when they introduced a black fucking Red Ranger, that's when you stop watching.
No,
Dude, that was like my favorite, dude. I love Power Rangers SPD. That was one of the last ones I watched. And the suit was so fucking sick.
Oh yeah,
But
that's when we
man.
got too old for it. We're like, oh, you know what? I think I'd rather try to finger this girl than play with fucking toys.
Yeah, that was like the last. That was one of the last ones that I saw before I fully got red pilled.
Red Pill and the Red Ranger.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Our childhood is gone. One of the other childhood shows that I used to watch is Jerry Springer.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Tucker Carlson. I was like, that's a great segue. That's a great segue.
And I got a better segue for that. But yeah, man, Jerry Springer
He's dead.
passed away. Dude, I know.
What a crazy week! Because not only did Jerry Springer die today, but the guy
As we're recording this, it came out today.
Henry Bedford died as well. The guy, hey, senora, shake, 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 senora, shake your body
dude,
line.
Dude, you
shake,
put that on
shake,
any
shake,
wedding?
senora.
God damn.
Shake it all the time. And that guy's dead as fuck. And last but not least, not to be included in like the Hall of Fame of like good people. I didn't even know this was news until like it popped up literally today on the 27th of April. The woman that accused Emmett Till died at 68. I was like, why is this news? It's like Emmett Till's accuser died at 68. Carolyn Margaret Burnett. I was like, what? We all know she's an awful woman, but let alone like, are we supposed to celebrate now? It's like, yeah, fuck that bitch. 68 years too late. What am I supposed to do with this news?
Fucked. Repeat it. Obviously, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, did you know the girl that accused Emmett Till died today? I was like, oh, she was still alive? I was like, I know.
I definitely did want to talk about Jerry Springer for a second because I feel like a lot of people in our age group like had those days where like you stay home from school, either you skip or you're sick, and like you watch daytime television, which is like such a weird concept. Because nowadays you can watch like YouTube all day. Like,
oh yeah,
there's really like a very different way of consuming media. But before you just watch whatever was on. So like, I remember
if you didn't have cable, you had the bunny ears, and then your shows were even more limited. With the basic cable, like you said, you had daytime shows and talk shows. Fuck, dude, if you don't have the bunny ears, you don't even got the fucking talk shows. You got PBS, if you're lucky.
I know, and like. You think, oh well, now kids like will stay home from school and like watch a streamer or like watch Netflix all day, but before you kind of just like, what the fuck is on? Like, well, cartoons aren't on until like 7 p.m. or like, Cartoon Network was a thing, but like, if it wasn't part of your plan or something.
And it's just like we mentioned before, like if you didn't have cable, you only got cartoons on Sunday. Sunday morning is the only time you got
Ooh.
cartoons. Other than that,
Saturday morning.
Saturday. Oh, do you remember that Cube show? The Saturday mornings for kids, and like it was that Roblox
Yes.
guy, like the Cube guy. He was like a superhero.
Yes, dude. Jetix.
Yeah, bro. But like literally, that was my life though. I would like had to wait for Saturday morning, and be like, "Fuck, what's happening?" I would have to wait a week to like build up the anticipation of like, damn. And then after that, it's House on Fox. House MD.
Yeah, you just watch the most random So I watched a lot of Maury because I skipped a lot of school and in middle school. Surprisingly, I was a really good kid in high school, but before then I was really bad. So yeah, I watched a lot of Maury and I watched Jerry Springer, and then I watched a lot of Wayans show. Were you familiar with that show at all? The Wayans show?
Yeah, dude. They're like the originally from in Live in Color, right? And then he had his own TV show, The Wayland Show, The Martin Show, UPN. That whole
UPN 24.
Yeah,
God, damn. Before it was a CW.
The Game. What the fuck,
dude? It was sweet, but yeah, man, Jerry Springer had a very illustrious career and was kind of infamous for many reasons.
Oh yeah.
He was the mayor of Cincinnati for a while early in his career, before he became a reporter for NBC, where it was kind of like he actually won 10 Emmys. Like he was a very good news reporter. And then
wait, are you going to talk about what happened to him when he was a governor?
He was not a cool guy. There was a woman who came out and said that he was not cool.
Well, I think the only issue with the whole thing is that he used, much like to Donald Trump, he used the government money to pay for the prostitute in question, because it was a paper trail. Like this is the first big public scandal, right? This is before Bill Clinton, if I'm correct, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was also he was, dude, he was like an advisor to Robert F. Kennedy.
What? Springer?
The son of John F. Kennedy, who then also got murdered.
Yeah. I don't think the son, I think it was his brother. But he was definitely wow, that's crazy to think that Springer was the advisor for Kennedy. And much of my
I should still have it up.
Much of my friends grew up around that time period, right? And if you talk to them about Robert Kennedy, they would talk about how passionate he was, how great hopeful he was, and then he got shot down. And then I think
yes, he was. Yeah, he was the brother of John F. Kennedy.
Damn, that's great though, because
Robert F. Kennedy. Yeah,
fucking Springer's a notorious guy.
Crazy?
Because he was an advisor to the Kennedys, right? The Kennedy family name, and then he became the first political person that holds a political power, I guess, whatever word I'm trying to look for. They got caught with a sex scandal, all because he used a paycheck from the offices of Cincinnati, right? Literally it has his name on it and where it goes to and all this stuff. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna blackmail you for this." And then he had to be upfront about it. I was like, "Yes, I used fucking government funds to pay for her." And he got ousted.
Here, I can kind of break this down a little bit better. He was actually only 30 years old at the time. He was still a really young guy.
Dude, that's that's like if Obama got caught right now. That's like if Obama paid a prostitute.
That's like if I got caught, dude. I'm only 28. So
yeah, see what I mean? Damn.
So this was in 1974, and after he actually resigned, and he said, "When I resigned yesterday, I did so because I believe that, as I believe now, that there are problems which are better faced as a private citizen." And then later testified at the trial of 3 men accused operating the Kentucky Health Club, which was the sex brothel, and admitted to visiting twice. He wrote 2 checks in the amount of $25 and $50 for, it says here, sex.
Damn, they got him for $75? What the fuck, dude?
$75 made him resign.
Damn. Wow.
Can't be doing that if you're one of the Kennedys, dude.
No. Damn. Have you ever bought a prostitute or anything like that?
I love the sincerity in your question. Have you ever, bought a Protestant? It's like it's a Friday night. You get Domino's. It comes late, and then you go to a fucking dance club and then get a prostitute. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what you do on your free time.
Oh yeah.
No, I have never gotten a fucking prostitute. What are you, fucking crazy?
Oh, bro, I got robbed by one. This is the first time I've ever told this story to the full detail. But I was 18, and this is before Donald Trump had put the kibosh on Backpage, right? If anybody who knows, they know. Backpage was the original, poor man's OnlyFans, right? You can just go on there, advertise your services, and wait for a poor schmo. A lot of it was scams and fakes and all that stuff,
which we're about to hear about.
Yep. And I was a young blood, 18, right?
When I was a young warthog.
When I was a young horny warthog, I went to some seedy hotel, up in Janesville, right?
You were 18 at the time.
18.
Old enough to know better.
Old enough to know, damn. And I think at this time I was working a retail job and all this stuff, and I was gonna pay her off with plasma money, just get it loaded it up to my little plasma card.
Hard earned money.
Hard earned money. We arranged to meet up at the hotel. She's outside. She gets in my car. I give her the money, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go book the room." She takes the money. I'm sitting there for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, oh, I see. And I just drove away. I was like, what am I gonna do? Look around. I was like, did you see the lady that's supposed to be having sex with me right now? I think she went over there. Yeah, I think she only got me for 50, maybe $80.
Only 50 or $80. Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude.
One session of a plasma donating, essentially.
I thought that story was gonna have a much darker ending.
No.
And I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad it didn't.
Oh, yeah. I'm the type of guy that fool me once, shame on you, won't get fooled again. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah. So we went to a hotel room and she pulled a gun on me. I genuinely thought that's how that story was gonna go.
No. Little 18-year-old me. Oh, bro, I'd be traumatized to say that happened. If you think I'm weird now, I'd be even way weirder if I had a gun pulled on me trying to get some pussy.
Yeah, that'd be some bad juju.
Some pussy. I think that I've said this before. The only time that I've had a awful experience with coitus and all that stuff is that one one night stand Tinder meetup thing I had years ago, and it was the same night of SummerSlam WWE, and I was like, damn, I can't miss my boy Samoa Joe fight for the championship. Because he was in the championship main event. It's like, oh, I want pussy more. And then when we went over there and she didn't shower, it was like, oh, can you shower and all that stuff. And it was pretty weird. And yeah, that was the only bad time I had because I didn't go with my gut. I was like, I should have stayed home and watched Samoa Joe win.
You know? I like how you were so concerned about her hygiene when you were literally piped up to watch a dude named Samoa Joe. You're like, I'll watch some fucking rando fight shirtless who's probably racist towards the Samoans, but clean yourself up, bitch.
You better go at least shower up. But
have some decency.
Yeah, that was a great bit of funny content for a little bit over there. It's like,
you know who else is trying to get some pussy?
Some pussy.
Is Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. What an end of an era. When you said shows
end of an era.
Shows that you watched as a childhood, I was like, all right, we're gonna bond here, me and Luis. All right, little Fox News childhood.
Good old Johnny is officially done on Fox News.
Oh yeah,
he's apparently people are assuming that the reason he's leaving is amid a sex scandal.
I haven't heard of a sex scandal about that.
What?
What sex scandal?
Well, there's a lawsuit filed in the Southern District of New York. Mm-hmm. Grossberg accused Carlson. She's a producer. She accused Carlson and Fox of sexism and harassment, alleging that his show's workplace was replete with examples of misogyny. Her lawsuits claims, among other things, that mocked photographic images depicted then U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in a bathing suit, revealing her cleavage, and that staffers were polled on 2 separate occasions on which 2 female candidates for Michigan governor they would rather have sex with. So he stepped down, meaning Tucker and his producer also stepped down. If I can find that monster's name, it's not here.
Jeremy
It is
Trebayne.
here, but-
He's also producing this. The guy behind Jackass, Jeremy Trebayne or whatever his name is.
Oh, no. Does that guy have a
right-wing history? Probably not.
No, but yeah, end of an era. Your boy Tucker Carlson.
See, people keep saying that, but he's just a misunderstood guy. No, so here's the funny thing about that. I didn't hear about the sexual harassment and all that stuff, but I did hear about like the boys will be boys culture in that work office, right? Of like, yeah, she's hot. Whenever they would have a female pundit on, they'd be like, oh yeah, like they would talk down to her. They were like, oh, you're only here because you slept your way here, but like as a joke, playful banter in the workroom, right?
No, but like, are you defending this animal?
No, this is what I'm hearing. That this is the accounts I've heard, right? And another reason why, because let's give the full story here. All of this came in revelation because of the Dominion lawsuit that Fox News is currently being sued by the polling places that did the 2020 elections. Yeah, I was gonna say 2024 elections, no 2020 elections. They're the company that provided the polling machines, Dominion, right? And Fox News had reportedly disparagingly called the machines faulty, saying that it was rigged, that they stole the election, that they faulted out to give the Democrats a boost. And then they took them to court for defamation, high-profile lawsuit. And within the high-profile lawsuit, they got the rights to look at the, text messages through discovery, right? You know how they do in court cases. All forms of evidence is submitted, even your phone and all this bullshit. So once the records of that came out, people were just going through because all this is open to the public. All the court information you can look this up to, the messages and all this stuff that were revealed. He would use the word cunt multiple times.
Oh my god!
He would use the C
You
word.
really emphasize it there.
Oh, and like repeatedly to the point where like he would call like producers, like probably the lady you're talking about, like this is a C word multiple times. And then also,
You sure you don't want to repeat it? You almost seemed to enjoy it the first time you said it.
No. That was for the educational purposes. And another thing that came out from that, the text messages, is the hatred for Donald Trump, and like because it was only just Tucker Carlson exposing himself. He would talk to other like Fox News pundits like Sean Hannity, fucking other dudes like that, and talk about how he hates what the Republican Party has become, just the fact that they have to sell to these morons and etc. Then he would call the C word, or as you say it, cunt. And so all because of that lawsuit saying that like they stole the election, etc., etc. They gave Tucker Carlson the boot, the Murdoch family. So no longer is Carlson with Fox News, which is bonkers because not that I'm defending him, but I wouldn't expect them to throw away their biggest cash cow.
Yeah, that one was kind of strange for me because like every single time I'm at any time or Planet Fitness, like I talk about every fucking week on this podcast, he is on Fox News like every single time. Like, and then the reason I found out about it was because of Tuesday morning. I was at the gym at like 5 a.m. Because I'm on my grind set. He was like MSNBC and like NBC, CNN. They're all talking about how he's leaving. So, I mean, he is like a big fucking deal in America because he was kind of like the face of Fox News for a minute. And also, like, if you're the face of Fox News, that kind of means you're the face of the Republican voter.
And here's the funny thing. Tucker Carlson is such a fucking chameleon, a spineless jellyfish, that like even before he got his start on Fox News,
He worked for CNN.
He worked for CNN. He was like, Bush is, we should go to Iraq. There was no weapons of mass destruction and all this stuff. In the beginning, he was like, we need to go to Iraq. I support Colin Powell. Then after like all the evidence came out, like there's no weapons of mass destruction, he was just berate the Republican Party like Bush is an idiot. What we did in Iraq was a money pit of worthlessness. There's nothing to show for it. Shit like that, right? And it's crazy that, like you're saying, like the number one guy for Fox is, and I had no clue as far as like the viewerships, because if you look into the nasty business, all this stuff, he was leading the viewer age, demographically speaking, from like 18-year-olds to 35-year-olds.
Jesus Christ, he pulled very young.
He was pulling like people our age, and on top of that, he was pulling the normal Fox News crowd. You know what I mean? Like older, parents and all this stuff. So he was getting both of, the top of the top and the bottom of the bottom. This guy was all over the place.
Yeah, there was like a lot. I know, like, you just mentioned 18 to 35. There was a lot of people in our age group that I remember, especially at the height of the insurrection. It was like, oh, Tucker Carlson's one of the boys, and he's like one of us, and I bet he'd be a fun beer to have with, and bullshit like that.
I bet you Tucker Carlson only drinks Liquid Death. It's like, man, I bet you he does too.
Right. It's like people are like fantasizing about him the way they do about Joe Rogan. So, I mean, the dude got a fucking sweet paycheck out of it. He settled for, did you see how much money?
Oh, yeah. It was like, what, billions? What, 7.8 billion?
787 million settlement.
Oh.
Dude, he doesn't have to work a fucking day in his life. Oh, yeah. He should run for the fucking presidency. Challenge fucking Trump. He's so unhappy with the way that things are being ran. Let's see you put your fucking money where your mouth is.
Dude, you know how dangerous that would be?
How fucking awesome that would be. Him against Biden.
Tucker on the ballot? Bro, Tucker would win.
Him against... Tucker would win against Trump. I feel like the only fucking Republican...
Oh, my God. The only person that would beat fucking Tucker Carlson from the Democratic side
is Tucker Carlson himself.
Even better, Don Lemon. Don Lemon also got fired from CNN. Dude, holy shit! What if Don Lemon came out?
Throw them in there.
Oh my! This is it. We got the 2024. We need more
TV personalities. What do you think, Daisy? Oh my God! You think Nancy Pelosi should run? Oh my God! She's a Madison girl. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
I like that fact that like Tucker Carlson, because this is a true thing too. It wasn't a Photoshop or anything like that. He had legitimately a bikini picture of Nancy Pelosi in his office. Suit. Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
What a man. To kind of make a callback from the beginning.
Just to remind himself who the monster was.
Oh, and it's funny because like all this is a full circle thing, right? This whole podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring it back full circle. Let's finish this up.
Life, everything, right? That I wasn't aware that he was such a popular guy with like the 18 to 35-year-old group. Mm-hmm. Now that we're going back to the music scene, the festivals, and now that Tucker Carlson just got fired, expect to see like cutouts of Tucker Carlson out in like the crowd when you're like tripping on Molly, and you see Tucker Carlson with his bow tie. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And a bunch of dudes are like, "Oh, whoa, Tucker's here." You know how trippy that's gonna be?
To be drunk as shit, probably coked up, high as hell. Then you look up and you're like, "Oh, Bob Ross. Oh,
John Cena."
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Tucker Carlson.
That is wild.
And it's gonna be dudes like me in suits. We're gonna be mistakenly like, oh, he's a Fox News guy. You know how they have tank top guys? It's like, oh, that's a Fox News guys at the festival. I can't even wear suits. And to my pleasure anymore because I'm just gonna be classified as a Fox News guy. Fuck, that's.
And funny. Folks, if you don't want to be known as a Fox News guy, make sure you don't wear a suit at a music festival.
No, don't say that.
Make sure you're listening to Bro Taste This, and people will know you're one of the cool kids who is a libertarian like us.
Ooh, I don't know about that shit.
Thank you guys for listening to another awesome episode of the VYV podcast, episode number 85. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All of our socials are down below. Phil, thank you so much for another great episode.
Oh, yes. And on a little
Just
high
the
note.
boys.
Oh, yeah. It's just you and me back together and Daisy, that little slut. Did I say that?
Dude, she loves you.
I know.
She was giving you so much love on Friday when you were over.
I was trying to watch Power Rangers. She's making out with me.
Yeah, she's just licking you up.
And that's what I hope the viewers at home can do it. With the road tasters. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you all next week.
Next week.